up all my partners and all my people caught up in some type of struggle, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm just here to let y'all know, whatever it is, trouble don't last always. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is turn your negatives into positives. Life will be so hard. I know it get tough sometimes, but them tough times will make you strong. Hey, I'm center stage full of rage, niggas making my hand. I'm taking my stand, and I ain't talking about making a band, awakening fans. My backstabber shaking my hand, but yo, I still be a self-made man. Despite where I stand, I might not be what you want me to be, but who's to say who I have to please? Nobody but me. My kids in the immediate family and the almighty G.O.D. Now that's what's up to me. From my head to the sole of my feet, I'm 100% real. You can just ask my peeps. I'm just another humble man searching for the promised land. Cause if I miss my ship, I hope and pray that it come again. Think through the count stacks like a hustle, man. I gotta keep my head up. Don't worry about the other man. Keep my composure, bounce back like a rubber band. I'ma stick to my plan. Be on that shit to the motherland. In time, the whole world is gonna feel my pain and know how to feel the shoes of Mr. Maintain it through time. The world is gonna recite my rhymes as we look back on our hard times. And in due time, I'ma way about this maze and go astray from these weary days. Hey, in due time.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, and may the Lord bless you. I pray that everybody's having a blessed day as we give the Lord all the honor, the glory, and all the praise. I wouldn't dare, start off a video without giving the Lord all the honor, the glory, the praise, the worship. That song y'all just heard right there, that's actually me and my brothers, the four brothers. A while back we did that song. It's called In Due Time at my big brother's studio. It was called Diamond Work Productions. And that's my twin rapping, and that's me doing the music with my little brother and me singing in the background. And I wanted to use that track because it's called In Due Time. And if you listen at the lyrics, as a matter of fact, you can come on YouTube and listen at the whole song. Just type in Due Time. And that's the kind of rap that I like, talking about something. No cursing. But before I was to that point, everything I used to listen to was nothing but cussing music. So I want to say that off top because I want y'all to really understand who I am and why music is so important to me. And then at one point, how I almost sold my soul to the devil. I did, y'all. I'm going to talk about myself in this video. I almost sold my soul to the devil, setting up a contract with the devil. And I've been in the studio since I was 12 years old. So studio just became a part of me. I was just pretty much brought up in it. I come from a family of singers and musicians. My daddy, his brothers. I wish I could have got my daddy to do this video with me and how he almost sold his soul out to the devil. A lot of people say you can't really sell your soul to the devil. Well, I disagree with that, especially according to what I see and according to what I went through as my own personal experience. When you think about government, banking, and industry, a lot of it has just so corrupted. The industry, our governments, our institutions that make these laws and decisions, man, it's a lot of crooked stuff. I'm talking about what goes on behind closed doors that most people don't see. I'm talking about experience, y'all, and how you can easily make a deal that can mess up the rest of your life. I almost sold my soul to the devil. You know what, y'all? Back then when I was heavy in rap, making all the beats that I could, staying in the studio, staying in my own room, making tracks. Y'all remember the old 4-track. Some of y'all remember the 8-dat. Before all this stuff we got out now. I was spending hours and hours and hours, days and days and nights, not leaving the room. Or if I was in the studio, just give me a pillow. And what I saw was a lot of evil, wicked, demonic stuff. But at the time, I didn't know what it was. Why? I wasn't in this. I wasn't in the Word. I wasn't following Christ. I was following the devil. And I'll say this off top, I don't have nothing against rappers even to this day. I just talk about what's real. I don't condemn nobody. What you got to do, you got to answer to God. I'm just a messenger, not the enforcer. This is why I'm so patient with people, because I have not forgot where I once was. I've not forgot how I used to get drunk and cuss everybody out and go to the wrong places, hanging with the wrong crowd, just being wicked and living a crazy lifestyle. I have not forgot that. So I am patient with my brothers and sisters. And when I think about the impact that music has on us, see, for me growing up, it was either music or sports. That's all we had. So you either was going to rap, and pretty much everybody was rapping in back then. You was either going to rap, you was going to sell dope, you was going to get caught up in the street life. Wasn't no going to college. Barely made it through elementary school without all the mess that went on. Barely made it through middle school, barely made it through high school. A lot of us didn't make it through high school. A lot of us died in 9th grade, 10th grade. So when you are brought up in that type of environment, the first thing you're going to try to figure out how to do is make some quick money. And you will sell your soul out quick. Because it's so many people in high-powered positions, they will kill you, or they will have you killed. I remember this one guy, I won't bring his name up, but he was trying to make me sign this contract because I was over his house. He had a nice studio built in his house, and he was trying to force me to sign his contract. So glad I didn't. So glad I didn't. And that's what a lot of rappers are doing. A lot of them are signing things that they don't have nothing about. A lot of us, we won't even read. We'll just sign right there on the dotted line. Biggest mistake you can ever make in your life. And some of these mistakes we making in our life causes us our lives. The music ministry, I said ministry, y'all catch that? Let me say that right. The music industry. Now let me say that like I just said it. The music ministry and the music industry alone, I mean, you tie it all in together. I'm talking about gospel and R&B. A lot of it, even in the gospel, is just crooked as hell. I'm talking about what I know, y'all. I'm talking about how I have been burnt by certain people. How I have set up and laid tracks for certain people and never received all of my money. And you would think, wow, well, they in the church, or they doing this for the Lord. A lot of them ain't doing it for the Lord. So when you look at the world and look at the church, you see people getting burned both ways. This music industry, as well as the whole entertainment business, it's one of the most dirtiest, nastiest business you can be in. Not building, excuse me. Y'all, for y'all that know me and K-Ray, you know my big brother K-Ray, who I grew up with. K-Ray know exactly what I'm talking about in this video, because K-Ray, we would all rap together. Who gonna make it out the hood? Who gonna make it as a rapper? Who gonna make the beats? You know, you the ticket, JT. If you make the tracks, everybody was depending on me for the tracks. But I wasn't looking at what was coming behind a lot of that stuff. The lifestyle of a rapper. The getting drunk, the getting high, the running women, getting them pregnant, the baby daddy drama, all of that stuff, the getting locked up, the selling dope, the penitentiary, the grave. That's where I would have been on my way if I would have kept doing what I was doing. I used to love to rap. Did. I didn't need no pen and no paper. I would just go off the top of my head. I still do it to this day. But God had something in store for me. This changed my life. The Holy Spirit changed my life. Had me go a whole nother route, because what I saw and what I wanted, it didn't match up with what the Lord had for me. That's why I tell people all the time I come from the streets. A lot of people say, well, the way you talk, JT, it don't seem like you was brought up that way. Let me tell you something. I was brought up in the gutters. The gang violence, the shootouts, the selling dope to your mama, the crack, you name it, the hood. That's what I saw every day growing up. But I choose to use the hood as a great example of what not to be, and I'm not down to nobody that's in the hood. We all have a choice to make. But mostly everybody in the hood was going to be a rapper. And then you start looking at the street corners. You're selling dope. You rapping. If I sell enough, I can give me some studio time. Let me buy this. Let me flip this. Let me go score this. Hey, man, take me over here to go score. And if you know what I'm talking about when I say go score. We were surrounded by dope, drugs. We was in the middle of it all. Couldn't even walk to school without seeing a woman. Women would come up to me even when we was younger, trying to perform oral sex on us in the alley early in the morning, walking to school. This is what we dealt with. Many times I had to dive over in bushes just to not get shot. Shootings occur all the time, drive-bys. I'm ducking and dodging, trying not to get killed. Hood fights, same thing you see on YouTube now. Ain't nothing new. And all this is demonic. You look at these spirits. So when you look at your soul and how it's so easy to sell it out for Satan, but how many of us are going to be sold out on Christ? If a lot of the youngsters, I hope y'all looking at this video, if a lot of y'all could see what I saw behind the scenes, you would think twice about being a rapper. You would think twice, 6 times about being a rapper. If you could see what you would really go through and how a lot of this stuff you see on TV, it ain't what you see. What you seeing is not what you see. A lot of these rappers, they old people. They don't own a lot of this stuff that you see. They in debt. They got a lot of crazy stuff going on. A lot of them can't go to sleep at night. I'm talking about what I know, y'all. I'm talking about what I know. The hatred. How this one got burned on his contract. Tupac would tell you a lot of this stuff. If he was still alive right now, he would tell you the dirt behind what he got, what he had. The hype, the drugs, the sex, the violence. I almost sold my soul out because I was promised a real good deal. Just as my daddy was promised a real good deal. My daddy turned his down. Pop, I hope you're looking at this video. I turned mine down too. If I was going to leave and go on tour like I should have been back then, y'all wouldn't be looking at me right now. I'd probably be in jail or dead or strung out. So I started really dipping into the truth behind rap, hip-hop, R&B, a lot of this stuff, because I have been involved in all of them, y'all. I'm not trying to brag on myself in no kind of way. I'm just talking about, I can talk about this because I've lived this. This is what I have went through in my life. You know, a lot of people going to disagree. They're going to come on here with stuff. This is another problem I hate about my page. I always got people coming on here want to criticize you and talk about stuff that they ain't never even went through. How you going to judge something that you ain't even experienced it? But yet and still you want to go off. No, I'm not, once again, I'm not condemning nobody. I'm talking about what's real here. And if I can say anything to help somebody, to God be the glory. I started looking at what was really going on behind a lot of this stuff. And it wasn't pretty. And once again, it wasn't pretty in the gospel field either. I was at the point, y'all, in my life back then where it was for me just studio all day. Somebody coming up, hey, my nigga, you want something to drink? That's how they would say it. Yep. Got that weed, got that killer. No, I don't need that. I never was a smoker at all. I ain't never once smoked a day in my life. But I was a drinker. I started becoming an alcoholic. I started hanging with the wrong crowd, and I would get drunk. This is how I know about these demonic spirits. I would get drunk. Hey, bring me that liquor. I'm so drunk now, but yet and still I'm trying to lay down some music. So the devil got me where he want me. And next thing you know, ain't nothing coming out of my mouth Christ-like. Why? Because I had the spirit of the devil inside of me. I was delivered. Bad enough I grew up with a bad mouth, cussing everybody out, and being a comedian. That was my thing growing up. A lot of people still to this day tell me, you missed your calling. No, I missed your calling. I still use my sense of humor, but I use it in a different way. I'm not ignorant no more, so therefore I'm not finna be stupid. Because now that I know better, I do better. So that rap was not for me. Man, I would write, not write, but I would sing, I mean. Because like I said, I never did write lyrics as a rapper. But I would start singing. I would get in the zone. I couldn't see nothing but women. I'm keeping it real in this video. How fine they was. Who you want to sleep with. Get her on the phone. Hey man, brainy hoes over here. This is what it is. And that's why a lot of these rappers, when you look at their video, what are you seeing? Women, I'm not degrading you in no kind of way. I'm just calling it what it is. If you're a hoe, if you're a whoremonger, if you're a hoe, that's what you are. You can be delivered from that. May the Lord bless you and deliver you out of that. But this is why most rappers, the first thing you see in their videos is women dancing. Dropping it like it's hot. This is what we see. And you get a part of that lifestyle. So when you continue to get engaged in that, all of a sudden your mind is messed up. Why? Because you are feeding into your mind booty shaking, weed, money, getting high, all the negative things. And that's what you become. You are selling your soul to the devil. This right here, the Bible teaches us, what does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? At first, I was trying to see how much of the world I could gain. Back in them days, I was shacking up, wasn't living right. My other house I was in, which was my grandma, Lord rest her soul. Let me tell y'all something. I'm about to tell on myself, y'all. My mother was so mad at me because my grandma died in 96. And I believe I took over her house in 98. I got my grandmother's house and abused it. My grandma's house became the whore house. I was mad at myself. My grandma's house became the house where we was going to rap. We was, hey, bring the drink, smoke the weed. I used to let people bring women in there, in my room, and have sex. God know I'm not lying. That's how jacked up I was. I wasn't focused on this. Thank God for the Holy Ghost. The Lord changing this video up a little bit, and I'm not even going to fight against it. Because if we're going to tell the truth, we can tell the truth about ourselves. I would let my cousin bring his women in there, and then we had a full tray. Hey man, I get off work them long hours. First thing I do when I walk in the door, get my liquor, cut my equipment on, call everybody up. My brother, my twin brother is my witness. My little brother, he was a lot younger back then, but he know what I was going through. Being in the rap, in this business, we're trying to produce these tracks and lyrics and trying to fight off the sin that come with it. Couldn't fight it. So once again, that lifestyle, that was not for me. But I'm praying for the ones who are caught up in it, and I pray that they come into the truth. And I'm not saying, once again, that everybody is wicked, that everybody is following the devil. No, what I'm saying is be careful. Because what you get up in might end your life. It's a lot of people that's trying to do stuff that's not for them. And that's why they're not making it. I pray, my young folks, I hope y'all are listening. When you become a little popular, just like in school, I was popular for beating, making beats, just like my brother Psycho was. And I'm talking about high school now, even in middle school. We was popular because we was the ones making. It was only two. It was just me and him, and I want to say one more to guy, but I can't think of his name at the moment. But it was known that, hey, JT, Psycho. You either gonna go to JT or you gonna go to Psycho. And we the ones in the whole entire school. So you become popular. And that will bust your head wide open. It will blow your head up. Let me say it like that. And I look back over all this stuff. And I look at everybody who was involved with it right back then. I mean, you know where they at? Dead. In the penitentiary. Or still on the streets. Lost. The ones that ain't locked up physically, they locked up mentally. They messed up here. I'm looking at a brother I see every day, Brother Ray. K-Ray, you know what I'm talking about, Marvin, Brother Ray. I look at Ray every day and Ray just don't even know who we are. He used to rap. I look at Calvin, strung out on crack. He used to be a big time known rapper. CDs out, cutting her, a man had it going on. Now he on the corner, don't even know who I am, asking me for crack. Like I'm selling dope. And he still know how to rap. He never forgot it. That's hard to look at. So yeah, my lifestyle for a while became drinking, whoring around, shacking up. When I moved my girl in at the time, biggest mistake I ever made. So then I really was getting drunk and sleeping around. Wasn't married. Didn't have no plans on getting married. Why? I was doing my will. When you sell your soul to the devil, ain't no coming back from that. That's why I say I almost went all the way out. Thank God for the Holy Ghost. I had a lot of examples around me of what not to do. But still, even in this life, you're going to make your own decisions. You're going to go through. It don't matter. I mean, it matters what mama and big mama and pawpaw everybody tell you. But at the same time, you're going to go through because you're going to make your own choices in this life. They did the best to tell us. But as you get older, you're going to make your own choices in this life. And it's an old saying. You make that bed, lie in it. So I'm tying all this in together in this real talk video, y'all, because I'm talking from experience. And when you are a producer, people won't let you sleep. You got to tell people no. You got to tell them, nah, man, I can't do it today. I have been burnt, Midi Man. I have had a lot of my tracks stolen from me. I've been lied on about a lot of stuff. I have seen people who just disappear and ain't never thought about bringing me my money. So when you saw me come out with a CD, what CD did I come out with, Midi Man? My gospel album. That I did right here in this house with my own studio equipment. That's me singing. That's me playing. That's me writing. That's my testimony. If you line up those songs like my sister Lady D did, you got Jero 24. When I went in the hospital, God have woke me up in this life. So the rap wasn't for me, Brother K-Ray. That lifestyle, once again, the getting drunk, the doing all the crazy stuff and hanging out, it wasn't for me. I've tried it. I was at a point where I was battling between being a minister of music and being a producer in the world. That was my battle for a while. And I really got messed up in my mind because I thought when I was going to do the church thing that these people were going to be so nice, so respectful, so humble. Wasn't nowhere close to it. They was worse than the rappers. The church folk were worse than the rappers. Living the same lifestyle. And they would talk about the rappers. But how do you be I'm going to be a gospel artist and I'm in the studio high? You getting busted in one of the rooms, getting some head from the praise team leader. Can I keep it real, y'all? I'm talking about what you don't see that's going on every day. How people get in these churches and act so holy, but really they be ho-ish. I'm not talking about everybody. How you can get on that organ and sing and shout hallelujah, and then as soon as church let out, you horn around. Why can I talk about it? Because that used to be me. That ain't me no more. That's why I'm not condemning you. I'm not beating you over the head. I'm saying that was me. Oh boy, JT, you got off on an organ today. Appreciate it, brother. But I got to go get in between these legs. That was me. I got to go lay down these rap beats. I was loving one and hating the other. But then I got to the point where I started hating all of it. The Bible says you can't serve two masters. Two masters can be anything in this life. I got to the point where I hated playing at church, and then I started hating the rappers. Hating what I was doing, let me say. Because I don't hate nobody. I was a confused young man. I hope this video can help somebody, y'all. I found myself. What you doing tonight, girl? Alright. I'll be over there as soon as I get through with this track. Rushing the track just so I can go get up under somebody I wasn't even with. Y'all see what I'm saying, y'all? I'm telling on myself so this could help somebody. I was confused. But it was the Most High showed me the way. Showed me the way right here. I put down the rap beats and I picked up the Bible. I did. I put down a whole lot of stuff. I put down the Hennessy. I didn't put it down all the way though. Let me keep it real. I learned that I can have a glass of wine or a glass of Crown Royal and not get messed up. So I ain't been drunk in I don't know how long. I can't even count no more. I do things in moderation. I started putting more of this in me because I was straight on my way to destruction. I was representing Satan and I was good at it, y'all. But now I'm representing the Most High. And what the Most High, thank you, Lord, have to offer me is eternal. It's benefits in it. I love it. What Satan has to offer is terrible. It's messed up. It's jacked up. And here go the key. It's temporary. That's why things that are unseen is what we need to be focused on versus the things that are seen. I see a lot of people to this day, they ask me, JT, man, you should have made it. You still got it, bro. You ever think about going back? No, I don't think about going back into that. Because I would have sold my soul to the devil like I see a lot of these rappers doing nowadays. I hung out. I went to the strip clubs. I did it. And got right up, went to church Sunday. I'm guilty as charged. Guilty. Guilty, guilty. I did it. But listen to what I said. Did it. But who am I to put a time limit on you when you ain't there yet? No, I'm just a messenger. If he changed me, he didn't lose no power when he changed me. He can change you also. I'm just trying to inform you on what can happen. I made it home by the grace of God. Because plenty of places I was going to back then, it was shootouts. One time this guy was shooting right behind my head. 3 people got killed that night in the parking lot. Coming out some club. That lifestyle wasn't for me. I had enough already of what I saw in the hood. It wasn't pretty. When you brought up in the hood, the ghetto, the projects, when ain't hardly nothing positive going on, you become what you see. I had enough of that. Every time I turn around, somebody getting shot. One of the rappers. Getting locked up again. Selling dope to their own mamas. This is the lifestyle I grew up in, y'all. But look how it turned out. Look at what I'm doing. Positive things. Just because you come out of something terrible don't mean you have to be terrible. It ain't about where you come from. It's about where you're going. You're not held accountable for where you come from, but you are held accountable for where you are going. My twin brother could have made it. But I love what I see my twin doing now. He's married. Got his children. Working 2 jobs. Living a normal lifestyle. There's so much I can say in this video I'm not going to go into details about. Behind me and my twin brother. I would need a whole nother video. So I'm saying it to say I'm proud of him. I'm proud of the ones who have woke up. I'm proud of y'all. And this is just a wake-up call. I know I'm being a little long in this video, but as the Lord speak through me, please just listen to what I'm saying. Because most of y'all I know grew up the same way I grew up. You 30, 40 years old and up, you know what I'm talking about. Even if you're 25 and up, you 20, you might know what I'm talking about. But to those that's 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 on down, y'all know what I'm talking about. Because as you become a grown man or a grown woman, you look back over your life and you see a lot. And y'all, to y'all that asked me the question, why hold on my little brother so tight? Because me and him about 9 years in difference. I've been holding on to my little brothers even when I was 18 years old. Because I didn't want him to get caught up in what I'm talking about in this video. Because he could have went the same route. He could have done it. He's good. It ain't nothing I can't put in front of him. He can't really play. From a saxophone on down, he know how to play it. He know how to produce. He know how to write material. He's good. I mean, he was blessed with that. And let me tell y'all my turning point also. What changed me with the Lord. I acted a fool in front of my little brother. I got so drunk. Back then I was on that Mad Dog 2020. I drunk about 4 of them, mixed them together, no lie. The Lord is my witness. I wasn't even in my right mind. I grabbed the gun from my homeboy and I was about to blow this man's head off. Right in front of my little brother. True story. That was my turning point. And my little brother said, how could you do something like that, man? Don't you know you was finna shoot that man in the head? What was wrong with you? To that day. Ever since that day. That was it for me. The drinking. Can't do it like that no more. The only thing was going in my mind, even to this day, what if I would have pulled that trigger and blowed that man's head off? In my own backyard. I was in my own backyard with a gun in my hand. Drunk as hell. And all I had to do was kapow. I'd have been serving time. Probably the rest of my life. When I look back over my life, I should have been dead. I should have been locked up. I done went through let me tell y'all this too, because this is heavy on my heart. If you ever been charged with rape, aggravated sexual assault, I'm talking about myself still, what I've been dealing with in my life, and I finally was able to be set free from something that I didn't do. I'm saying to say, watch yourself in these parties, because that's what a lot of rappers do. They have a lot of parties, and you got some women, I ain't talking about all, who will holler out, he raped me, when they gave it to you. I went through that also. I fought with that 15 years of my life. Being on probation, the different phases we could say. The having to be at home early. The job that I'm doing now is a crossing guard. I couldn't do that back then. Why? Because I was considered a sex offender. Couldn't be around no children. Couldn't be around, 1,000 feet out of school. Then nobody want to hire you. I'm trying to tell you something that can save your life. The Lord gonna save your life. But let me say that right. I'm trying to tell you something that can keep you out of trouble. Because don't think for 1 second it won't happen to you, because it will. It will happen to you. I know I'm going a little long in this video and I'm bouncing back and forth, but this is the way the Lord is giving this to me, y'all, as I be obedient, because y'all know my heart. Another thing, I'm just talking about myself that could help you. Another thing, Brother Mitty Man, that straightened me up. I had a brother real close to me. We called him Lil Ken. K-Ray buddy also. Y'all know K-Ray on her. Lil Ken. I'll never forget how close me and Lil Ken was. And Robert Taylor, if you just happen to see this video, that was your brother. My boy, Ken, was shot down right at the recreation center. Right down the street from me. Brains laying on the ground. I'm talking about what you see with your own eyes, y'all. I left church just to see my boy laying in daylight on the ground with his brains right beside him. Wasn't even covered up. In the hood, it's normal to see a shootout and people being killed and murdered. But when you get up close and see somebody that's close to you, brains laying on the ground, and the police is scared to come to the neighborhood anyway, they don't even want to cover you up, and they come, police come, and everybody dead, that'll wake you up in life. And all I can remember is how good Lil Ken could rap. Kendrick Bright. How good he could fight. He used to be in the Golden Gloves. 500 push-ups a night. How strong he was. But then I thought about it. That bullet. Could nobody stop that bullet? Nobody could stop that bullet. He couldn't stop the bullet. And we would play box every day, talk to each other, go to the rec together. He would come over my house. He would go across the street at the time. He was with Cherie across the street from us. I mean, it was just, to get used to him being gone took a lot out of me. And then it seemed like we just started losing so many people. Carlos Maxey, known as Edmar, 12 years old. Big Mo, shot down. So I'm not even going to start naming people because I need a whole nother list. I mean, another video. But my point is, I think about Lil Ricky. He could rap. All of the rappers now, how they living. And then when I was coming up, the ones that rap, they didn't even make it. They didn't even make it. It's a price to pay behind what we do. And I used to say one day we here and the next day we gone. You know what I say now? One day we here and then the same day we gone. One day we here and then that same day, 50, 60 seconds later, we could be gone. Snap of a finger. And a lot of us ain't making it to the next day. It's a price to pay when you serve Satan. Look at how many people in the rap industry that have been killed now. It ain't no answers for it. When you listen to a lot of these lyrics, I'm going crazy, demonic in my mind. These lyrics, we ain't talking about everybody. But listen to a lot of lyrics in these songs and tell me if they ain't demonic or not. And Satan loves it. And this is what your child is listening to. Not everybody, child. But the majority in our race, they cussing before they say mama or daddy. I'm joking with that, but I'm being real. A big reason why these rappers, a lot of people, even celebrities, a lot of times why people are selling their soul to the devil, because they want to be rich quick, instantly. I want to be famous. I want to be popular. I want the fortune and fame right now. That's why a lot of people don't want to struggle for the Lord. They don't want to go through trials and tribulations for the Lord, because the Lord take too long. Why the Lord always wants you to go through this and go through that? Well, Satan got you going through something too. But when you look at the Lord versus Satan, the Most High, who you think got the better offer? Satan? Whose future home is the lake of fire? Why go there when you can spend eternal life in the new kingdom? where it's gonna be all good at. Well, I gotta make a record, man. I gotta get a hit right now. I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do. If I gotta sell my soul, like Kanye West said one time in one of his raps, he done sold his soul to the devil. But then he turned right around and say he's a Christian. Rappers, a lot of them are sacrificing their souls in exchange for such material pleasure. Like K-Ray told me the other day of one of our buddies, we called him MD growing up. MD would always say, I just want to be rich, man. When I make it in the rap game, I'm going to get me some cars, some clothes. I'm going to be rich. K-Ray, you remember you told me that the other day. I'm going to have the women. I'm going to have me a big crib. A lot of these pimp preachers are just like the rappers. I talked about in the older video. The only difference between some of these rappers and these pimp preachers is that the pimp preachers is doing theirs behind the pulpit and using the congregation. These rappers, they don't care. They'll tell you what they doing. They doing theirs in the studio, or might be on the streets trying to get it, selling that dope, selling whatever. That's why people are selling their souls. Not everybody. I've been there. I almost done it. I almost gave up. Especially when you grow up and you don't have nothing, no way. This is why we so quick to jump on anything in our race, because half of us ain't never had nothing in the first place. So first thing we do when we get money is blow the hell out of it. On cars and rims and stupid stuff. They ain't never taught how to invest. And nowadays, as I close this video, you can't even really become a star without the help of some secret organization or secret society, some like to say. Freemason, Illuminati. You got to be involved in some. Because see, nowadays it ain't about what you know, it's about who you know. Who can get me there? Who can take me to the next level? But then you have underground artists that don't sell out. They keep doing what they doing. They cool with where they at. Most people right now are selling themselves out just to become who they are. Don't you sell yourself out like that. Y'all, with that being said, may the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. I pray I have said something that can help you. May the Lord bless you.